Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with reference recordings. We haven't been doing these very much lately. We've been doing the greatest recordings ever, which seems to be getting a little more traction. But, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And in this case, we're talking about Saint-Saëns opera Samson et Dalila, Samson and Dalila, which actually wasn't designed as an opera at all. It's actually an oratorio, but it gets staged a lot. It could be performed either way. It's wonderful either way. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful and so much fun. And, nowhere more so than in the supposedly, hedonistic and orgiastic Philistines when they're doing their tribute to Dagon, their god, in the last act. And they sound like a little music box with a glockenspiel going to Dieu soit propice à nos destins, que ta justice aux Philistins donne la gloire dans les combats, que la victoire suive nos pas. Oh, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And it's all in canonic form. Dagon se révèle, la flamme nouvelle. I mean, you could just sing the whole thing from the beginning. I'm not going to do that. But still, it's so cute to hear Saint-Saëns trying to do these, like, this pagan, hedonistic, orgiastic ritual thing, after the Bacchanal, of course, in beautifully strict classical proportions. And you got to love the guy. You just have to. Anyway, and of course you've got, Mon cœur ouvre à ta voix, Delilah's big number there. And she's a mezzo, which is fabulous because you got a really juicy mezzo lead, and Samson is a terrific tenor lead, and the Jews do their usual lamenting thing. They're always lamenting. Saint-Saëns borrowed that from Handel's oratorios, I think. It's, the pagans have all the fun while the Jews get to lament. That's the way it works in these things. Anyway, look, it's a wonderful opera. Absolutely wonderful. Now, I've seen the videos. The videos are atrocious. The Met video, oh gosh, where they're all like dressed in pink, and it's grotesque. There's an earlier one where they're doing the flame in the altar, and it looks like they've got like a 33-gallon garbage pail somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's better to keep it as an oratorio. But this is the reference recording, and it always has been. It really has. I mean, it's an opera that's been very unlucky on disc. Let's put it this way. And this is still the best recording. Dalilah's Rita Gorr, who was a wonderful, wonderful, I believe she was Belgian mezzo-soprano, and she's the fabulous Amnaris in the Price Schulte Aida. Very underrated singer, a very gifted singer, a serious, pure tone, straight ahead, and she really knows what she's doing. Samson is John Vickers, the great John Vickers, whose French pronunciation is kind of intriguing because he's Canadian. So he sings it with a French-Canadian accent. It's really kind of interesting. And then we've got, Ernest Blanc is a really good high priest, and everybody else is just terrific. And it's the Paris Opera Orchestra. Yay. Under Georges Prêtre. Now, Prêtre is always sort of a strange conductor. He was always a little bit, off and on, but he conducts quite well here. The only issue at the very end is that the final collapse of the temple could be a little bit more cataclysmic, needs a little bit more sharpness, a little bit more tam-tam, which you get in the Barenboim recording with Domingo and Obraztsova. But Domingo and Obraztsova are really no comparison to these folks. And there haven't been that many other recordings that were good. I mean, Crystal Ludwig did one on Eurodisc. It disappeared a zillion years ago. It was on RCA too, I think, for 10 minutes. There was a Colin Davis recording, which was a complete snoozeroo. It's sad, really. I don't know why people just don't, seize it by the throat and go crazy with it, but they don't. They just don't. And so if you want to have a reference recording, it also happens to be the best recording, you have to get this. Now, I do have to say, this particular version, which was, I think, its first outing on CD, it's getting a little yellowed and fringy here. I hope I don't have that horrible, disgusting styrofoam in here that, decays into a hard, I think I threw it out, yes, before that. messed up my CDs. This was re-released by EMI, remastered. It didn't sound as good. Not nearly as good. I think there is some tape deterioration in the meantime. So this was the one to get. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can still find it around in the white box, you see. The other thing, I have the other one downstairs in the overflow room because you've got to keep the performance one way or another. But it is a wonderful opera, or oratorio, or whatever you want to call it, and it's incredibly beautiful and fabulously well written, like everything Saint-Saëns did. And you just, I mean, there's so little choice. I mean, the only real other option is the DG Barenboim with Domingo and Abrazovo, which is good and has more tam-tams at the end. But in all other respects, this is the version to which all others aspire. And that's what makes it the référence. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.